So this is how to play 7 Years by Lukas Graham part 4 now. So we're working on the verse, and this is the verse and the chorus actually. So this is most of the song. And sometimes for the chorus he does what you did in the intro. So this is most of the song you'll have done by the time you've done this. So we've done the basic chords. Let me just run over that again quickly, just so you can see where you should have got to. If you haven't done part 4, you need to do that first. Each of these chords is a middle finger inversion. So let's just quickly run through this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where you should have got to now. If you did part 4. Actually, one thing I didn't mention is this F is a passing chord. We better quickly run through that first. So this goes 1, 2, 3, and there's a little passing F here. It's a bit complicated. Now this is not a middle. This is the only chord that is a middle finger inversion. This is a thumb inversion F, which is a bit simpler actually. It's F. You won't understand this unless you've done part 4, so definitely watch part 4. If you jumped in on part 5, you're going to possibly struggle a little bit to understand. A basic thumb inversion chord. I call it a thumb inversion because the thumb is on the root now. So it's F, skip a note A, and then skip B and C. So it's F, skip a note A, skip a note C. That's an F chord, and we're going to be playing that exact chord here as a passing chord between the G minor and the B flat. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So the F chord comes on the 4th beat. So it goes 1. Usually you're just going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This time we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you see that's passing on the 4th beat between the G and the B flat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just quickly work on that. So you're starting with G minor. Basically, how are we going to do this? So from here, if we look at these two, those two are going to go to there. Okay? So this is from the G minor. We've got the G, the D behind, and they're both this finger is middle finger's. How should we do this? Well, the middle finger's going up to an A. The thumb is squeezing into an F because there's a gap of 2 when you do this chord. When you go to the F, there's only a gap of 1. So if you move your middle finger up to the A, then the thumb comes up, just shifts up a bit. So you're doing that, but you're shifting the thumb up. So it's there, shifts the thumb up. Okay? Practice that a lot until you've got it. So it's there, shift up, thumb squeezes in, and then you get the F and the A. Practice that loads and loads and loads until you've got it perfect. Okay? And then adding the last note, you're going to be doing that, and the little finger is the C. So you're going from here, get those two, and then put the little finger on as a C. You should know how to play basic chords, really. If you don't, then maybe go through my piano lessons for beginners, lesson 1. You need to be able to play basic chords. So let's do this from the G minor then. So then you're going to go play that once, then you're going to smooth these two and add the little finger. So hopefully you've already got this sorted, this G minor. Lift, move these two over, and the little finger goes on the C. I don't know how I can make that any easier. So from the G minor, you're going to move these two to here, and the little finger goes on the C. Keep practicing that till you've got it perfect, because it's quite a fast move. Okay? And then like that. So it goes 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And I released and put my pedal down for the F as well. Otherwise you get this horrible clashing. It should be you release and put your pedal down so they don't sustain into each other. I talked about that in the previous part. So again, go back to the previous part if you want to know about how to use the sustain pedal. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? And then you've got to get to here. This I think is a bit easier. The nice thing about this is you're keeping your thumb on the F. So we're going from the F, the passing F, to the B flat now. You keep your thumb on the F, and then these two fingers just go up to there. So put your thumb on there, hold it tight, play the top 2 notes of the F, then move up to those 2. This is B flat and D. So this middle finger's just going up to the B flat, and this little finger goes up to a D. Practice that until you've got that perfect. over and over and over, so you've got it perfect, and then you can practice moving them all together. It should be pretty easy. If you've done that, it should be pretty easy to do that. Then you're just lifting the F both times, okay? All together then, this sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that all makes sense. One more time. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that's the chords. I said I was going to add the left hand now, didn't I? Let's do that. Now, first of all, I want to teach you a basic way of playing left hand with a chord. We're going to start with the G minor chord, which is this first chord, and I'm just going to use that for now and show you how to play a basic way of playing left hand with the chord. Now, you always play the root. So this is a G minor chord, so you're going to play a G in the left hand. You always play the root note, the G, in the left hand, okay? So, well, usually. So, we're going to add this G when we play the G minor, okay? So get yourself a nice G down there. And what we want to do, first of all, so this is thumb, this T stands for thumb. Ignore these two for a second. Let's get rid of them just to make this a bit simpler. That's your chord. So you're going to go 1, and then your thumb is going to go 2, 3, 4. So ignore that. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's chord, thumb, chord, thumb, chord, thumb, chord, thumb. It's an alternating. Okay, so try this with me. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is a really basic standard way of integrating the left hand with the right hand. It's very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Good. But the thumb is the bass, and the bass usually goes on the first beat of the bar. So we have to add an extra thumb so that we can play the bass with the chord. Does that make sense? So the thumb also, ignore this bottom one, the thumb also goes in with the chord, which means then you have to play it twice to get it onto the second beat. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got to play it twice. Thumb, thumb, chord, thumb. And obviously the chord goes on first and third. Try this with me. Alright? So we're going to go 3, 4. 1, thumb, chord, thumb, chord, thumb, chord, thumb. So it's thumb, thumb, chord, thumb, chord, thumb, chord, thumb. I actually used this method of playing left and right for a couple of years when I was learning piano chords. I just use this, so it's worth learning this. You can use this for all chords if you want to play just chords when you're playing a song. So let's try it one more time together. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, chord, thumb, chord, thumb. And that's all of that, okay? Last thing you need to know is generally, or quite often generally you play octaves. Or at least you play 2 notes from the chord in the left hand. Now, hopefully you can see that. I'm playing a G with the little finger and a G with the thumb. Now, if you're quite young, your hands might be a bit small, in which case you won't be able to do that. So you might just have to stick to just the thumb, okay? But for the rest of us, that's what you want to be playing, octave, okay? So as you can see, oh, that's supposed to say little finger. Should I change that quickly? Find a pen. Bad preparation here. So that should say, I don't want to make this too messy. How am I going to do this? That should say little finger. There we go. Bad preparation. Okay. So, there you go. That's the little finger. Sorry, thumb and little finger down here. Okay. So it goes. And they're supposed to be together, obviously. So this goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to play both of both the G's here at the same time as the chord at the beginning. So you get a nice throaty bass in there as well. Okay. So this is going to go. Then you go 1, 2, and you play the thumb again on beat 2. Try this with me. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope I didn't just move the camera too much. Just check that. It looks all right. Although you can't see, I've now looked at the camera and noticed you can't see all of this, so let's move this over a bit. Let's check that. Let's see if that looks a bit better. Yeah, that's all right. So I'll move down a bit as well. There you go. So this goes 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, putting the little finger in there. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And don't forget, if your pedal's down, you only need to tap that and it should ring through the whole thing. Okay? If your pedal's not down, you'll lose it straight away. So keep your pedal down, your sustain pedal. That's the bass template we're going to use. Let's try that with all of the chords now. Okay? So, how are we going to do this? I'm going to put that like that. I'm doing these, that's right. That probably looks horrendous. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Right, so we're going to start with, we do this with all the chords, okay? One little thing. Actually, because these are only, this is actually would be 2 bars, but all these chords are only 1 bar each, so we're just going to play this section, okay? So this basically, for the G minor, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then straight away we go back to the beginning. So we're just playing this section for these chords because it's only 1 bar, okay? So let's just try that. I'm going to put that one there, that one there. Good. Just stay there for me. Okay, so this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to leave that F because that's complicated until in a little bit later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to go to B flat. So move up to your B flat chord, then you're going to put little finger on B flat, thumb on B flat. It's exactly the same. 2, 3, 4. Then we go down to E flat. And now, in this song, he doesn't do octaves. Certainly for the verse, he doesn't do octave E flats. Oh goodness me, which is good because it's making my piano vibrate. Actually, it's my housemate's piano. I'm borrowing it off him for this. Thank you, Trev. Because I don't have one. That's a bit of a problem. So anyway, so actually he just does, it's bad I say he. She, let's say, the keyboard player, I don't know whether it's a she or a he. Although, if it's a band member, we should know. I don't know, it's a session player or a band player. They're probably a band member, isn't it? 'Cause it's a band. I don't even know. Who knows? I'm going to look that up afterwards and find out. So, she or he is just playing an E flat here, not the octave, which I'm not going to do again because it made everything vibrate. So, just 1 E flat on its own, alright? So, when we go to E flat, we're just going to play 1 E flat on its own, okay? So, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then F. Oh, sorry. 1, 2. So I've actually written this one out in full. Quite exciting. There you go. So this one actually E flat. There you go. So this one goes 1. Again, ignore that one because it's not going to be in there. So this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. So because this E flat is for 1 bar and a half a bar, we've got the let's get that out of the way. We've got E flat spilling over to here, and then just on the last beat we've got the F there. Okay, so this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then the F, 3, 4, and that's all you do for the F. It's just an F and two basses, so 3, 4. Okay, so let's do so that's takes you right through to the end. Okay, so let's try that with the chords. So I don't know whether this will give you the chords or the. No, let's put that over there. Fine, there we go. So from the beginning, do this with me. Ready? So hopefully you've learned how to do this. And the other thing is you're just going to have to learn to move between all the bass notes as well. So it's G octave to B flat octave, and then this is a bit easier. It's just E flat, F, and then G. This is vibrating, isn't it? This is not good. Not what we want. I don't know what to do about that. You can put up with some vibrating for now. This goes G. Practice this. Get this perfect. Don't forget, you hold your pedal down so you can move. You've got time to move. And then pedal down again, B flat. Then you can just use your middle finger then on the E flat, and then F, and then you've got ready to put the octave G's back in. Okay, get that perfect first, and then E flat, and then F. Okay, once you've got that perfect, you can try and add the chords. It's going to take you a while. Maybe just try the chords with the bass first, and then. Just get that right first with no extra rhythm. Just get the basic chords first. So there you go. And then bass moves up. And then middle finger on the E flat in the left hand. And then get that first. That's going to take some time. Just work on that till you've got that perfect. Just take as long as you need to work on that. And then we're going to add the bass. So I'm imagining you're not going to do all this through the video. You're going to have to spend a couple of days practicing all those chord movements first with the bass. Once you've done that, imagine you've got all of that perfect, and only add this when you've got it perfect. Or you could just pause between all the chord changes for now. This is what you're going to do then. So we want actually that one to start off with. So from the G minor, this goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we don't do full octaves here, do we? Anyway, you better try that with me. So here we go. Ready? So 1, 2, really slow. 3, 4. Following this. 1, 2, 3, 4 to B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4 to E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what you've got to learn. It's getting complicated now, I know, but it's worth the effort. This, if you can play this, I say all piano chords. This is the foundation for playing all chords right and left hand. This is. I mean, it's a little bit complicated with all the flats and the fact that it's only half a bar, but this stuff is fundamental for you for the development of your piano playing. So it's worth putting the work in, even if it takes a bit of practice. Let's do this one more time. So I'm going to count. Do it with me. Just keep rewinding it, doing it over and over and over again until you get it perfect. Ready? 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4 to E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back round. Okay, and that is what you've got to play. Right, and that is basically you've got all of what you need, all the basic foundations of this song at that point. If you've done all of that, one thing we need to do is add this F in. It's quite cool actually because the bass now this is called so the bass on this F chord we've got this F. You remember we did earlier, this passing chord. The bass, so that was your G. Now in theory the bass should be F. Oh my god. In theory, the bass should be F for an F chord, but this is really cool. This is in the bass. Instead of putting the F in, is an A in the bass, which is the middle note of the chord. You see. Now, what this does, this is a very common technique in music, is instead of going, it would have been G, and then see how my thumb is moving here, is moving down, F, and then jumping up to the B flat. So it would have been G down to F, and then all the way up to B flat. But because we're doing an A in the bass instead of the F, we're doing the middle note of the chord. The bass then goes G. Instead of going down, it goes A, B. So you get this nice ascending sequence. This is very common in piano, and it's worth knowing about because it's a stunningly beautiful technique, and this is quite a simple version. But if you have a listen to Sarah Bareilles, maybe Love Song. Well, I can't remember how to play it, but she goes all the way up using this technique. She goes all the way up all of the notes of the piano from like C up to C or D up to D, and it's just stunning. I'm trying to think of some other good examples. I can't think of another one offhand. But that has worked. Just go and listen to that song. You'll hear the bass going up and up and up. The piano chords are going all over the place, but the bass is just beautiful ascending sequence. A stunning example of that. But this is what we're going to do here then. So we're going to go 1, 2, 1. Let's put this back up, shall we? So this one then goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Hating that buzzing. Alright, so you know the chords. It's going to go G minor to F to B flat, so I'll get rid of that for now. So this is going to, in fact, what I could do, stick that there because that's what we're going to be using. So this then goes, okay, so this one then goes 1, 2, 3, and then on beat 4, you're playing the F chord, thumb inversion F we did earlier, and octave A's on the beat 4, and then on beat 1, you get to the B flat chord. Okay, try that with me. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Get it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to there. Nice, eh? Starting to sound like the song, right? Let me play that right through for you, just so you can see how much progress you've made. So, if I can. And if you've done all that, you should be very proud of yourself. It's not easy. It's only easy if you've been playing piano for a long time. If you're a beginner, that's a lot of work. Put the work in there because this will really set you up for playing pop piano for the rest of your life. So, let's see how long that one's run on for now. 20 minutes. Right, that's the end of that part then. And then in so what was that? 4, 5, 6. In part 6, I'm going to show you exactly what he plays. So we're going to go from what you've just learnt to exactly what he's doing. Okay, so move to part 6 now if you want to learn exactly what he's playing.